This is News 3 Now at 5.
Thanks for staying with us. This is the aftermath of the latest crash on Williamson Street. Just before 4:30 this morning, a car went through the front of Change's Boutique on the corner of South Baldwin and Willie Streets.
You may remember that this has happened a handful of times on Willie Street over the past few years. Our Brady Mallory is there now live with a look at the damage. Brady?
Yeah, a lot has changed in the course of the day at Change ever since a car crashed into the front of the building. You can still see that large hole, but workers have made a lot of progress kind of building an entryway to keep it, safe for people around here. The owner remains in good spirits, but there is a lot of work to do here. People have been very busy cleaning up here. Madison police say that the driver lost control of the car before hitting the building. Now, thankfully, no one was hurt, but the building, the people above the store had to be evacuated because of the structural damage. And this is not the first time neighbors in the area have seen this type of crash. Over the years, we've reported on similar crashes in the area. Back in 2012, a drunk driver crashed into Batch Bakehouse. Then in 2016, a van ran a flashing red light, hit an SUV, and pushed the SUV into Mother Fool's Coffee House. 2 years later, an SUV crashed into a Vietnamese restaurant, Ha Long Bay, which brings us to this morning's crash at Change.
The change, and we're in the midst of a big change, but we hope everyone stays with us and continues to just be adaptive as we figure out how to land on our feet. But no doubt we will, and appreciative of the support we've received so far.
And I wanted to show you a few other things. Workers have been busy cutting that wood to build that wall in the front. And here is some of the aftermath of the crash. Now, this is the front part of the car that went through the building. And then you can see some of the bricks and insulation and all the debris collected here on the boulevard by the building. Now, the owner says they will have to close for a little while until they can find maybe a temporary location. The best thing that you can do to help them out is to buy gift cards today and into the future. And you can do that on the website, changeboutique.com.
All right, Brady, thank you. A sunny and mild start to your work week. It looks like nicer weather is in the forecast for a while. Let's get a look at your certified most accurate forecast. Gary's on the weather patio. Gary?
Yeah, lots of sunshine, comfortable conditions. The humidity is low and the temperatures are in the 70s. Visible cloud track shows just some fair weather cumulus clouds popping up and really no rain anywhere around the state of Wisconsin. Even in the southern part of the state right now, we are precipitation free. With the drier air, temperatures cooled off this morning. Here in Madison, we were down to 52. There were some 40s to our north and to our west. 42 was the low in Black River Falls. Right now, temperatures are in the mid to upper 70s. Madison right now, 78. Janesville at 77. But the dew point temperatures are still in the upper 40s to around 50. So I'm looking for overnight low temperatures in the low to mid 50s. But tomorrow morning, looking for a low of about 55 in Madison with clear skies. Tomorrow, just like today, maybe a couple of degrees warmer, high of 80 degrees. Later on, I'll take a look at a forecast that doesn't include much rain, at least for the rest of this week.
All right, Gary, thank you. Tonight, the state's largest physician organization is asking all healthcare workers to be required to be vaccinated.
And Jamie Perez spoke with that organization today about their plea and their ongoing concern about the Delta variant. Jamie?
Right, well, the Wisconsin Medical Society is concerned about the Delta variant infecting so many people so quickly. So they're really calling on all health organizations to do what SSM Health did, and that's require all of its employees to get vaccinated.
Clearly, we're not headed in the right direction.
For the first time in 6 months, SSM Health's Mo Karbat said we are recording 1,000 new cases of COVID-19 in the state per day. The Delta variant, now the dominant strain, primarily affecting those who are not vaccinated.
It's hard to swallow.
David Letzer said this is exactly why the Wisconsin Medical Society put out a call for all healthcare organizations to require employees to be vaccinated.
It's clear we need to do something and do something soon.
It's not unreasonable for them to make this ask.
UW Health's Dr. Jeff Pothoff said keeping patients safe inside a hospital is a non-negotiable. Though they don't have a vaccine requirement for their staff, 90% are fully vaccinated. Pothoff said with the way things are going, they may reconsider making it a requirement. Those who still choose to not get the vaccine.
Masking in all areas at all times, certain levels of PPE, it may be, repeat COVID testing to ensure that they're negative, that they're not asymptomatic carrier.
SSM Health already made this a requirement in June. 80% of their staff are now fully vaccinated. The rest need to do so by the end of September.
If employees still do not get the vaccine and they do not have a medical exemption or a religious exemption when the deadline comes, then they will not be able to work at SSM Health.
With the Delta strain being 2 to 3 times more contagious, healthcare workers are doing anything to get our vaccine rates up.
Patients, when they come to a healthcare environment, they expect above anything else to be kept safe.
Employers in Wisconsin are legally allowed to require their employees to get the vaccine, and those who I spoke with today, who you just heard from, say the vaccine is the way out of the pandemic and back to normal.
Jamie Perez reporting live. Jamie, thank you. The U.S. reaches a new milestone in COVID vaccinations as the number of new cases surges. President Biden sat down with his COVID response team in the White House on the day federal health officials announced 70% of U.S. adults have received at least one dose of the COVID-19 vaccine. The continued push to vaccinate comes as COVID hospitalizations have tripled nationwide since last month due to the highly contagious Delta variant and those who refuse to get vaccinated.
It's very important to note in the states with the highest case rates, daily vaccination rates have more than doubled. Americans are seeing the risk and impact of being unvaccinated and responding with action. And that's what it's going to take to get us out of this pandemic.
The U.S. still has not hit the Biden administration's other goal of fully vaccinating 165 million American adults by July 4th. It remains about 8.5 million short.
More than 52% of Wisconsinites have now received at least one dose of a vaccine. 49.4% have completed their vaccine series. Here in Dane County, more than 70% of residents have now received at least one shot, and about 67% have completed their vaccine series. The FDA moving as fast as it can now to give full approval to the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine. Dr. Peter Marks, the director of the agency's Center for Biological Evaluation and Research, says he could not give a specific timeline, but said the FDA will not lower its scientific standards to greenlight the vaccine. Last week, medical experts and other sources told CNN that approval could come within the next couple of months. All COVID vaccines, including Pfizer, have been given emergency use authorization, but medical officials say full approval could help fight vaccine hesitancy, especially at the time when new COVID cases are surging.
If you're planning to go to the state fair, you won't have to wear a mask. The state fair website says masks are not required indoors or outdoors at the state fair. They say they're following CDC guidelines. However, those guidelines do recommend that anyone, vaccinated or not, who is inside should wear a mask. The state fair begins on Thursday and runs through August 15th.
The White House says the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention was, quote, unable to find legal authority for a new targeted eviction moratorium. The most recent moratorium expired over the weekend, and that could lead to mass evictions for people behind on their rent. Now the White House is asking state and local governments to put policies in place to keep renters in their homes. Roughly 1.4 million households told the Census Bureau they could very likely be evicted from their rentals in the next 2 months. But the Biden administration believes efforts at the state level could stop about a third of those evictions. A Madison jail accused of breaking into a West Side home over the weekend while the homeowner hid in a closet. Happened Friday night on Madison Street, just off Monroe Street. The woman living there said she heard someone ring her doorbell several times. She did not answer because she wasn't expecting anyone. Police say the suspect, Eric Griffin, said he rang the doorbell to see if anyone was home. When no one answered, they say he broke in, thinking the home was empty. When police arrived, they say Griffin tried to run back into the home but was stopped. The homeowner hid in a closet while police searched the home to make sure no one else had broken in. Police say Griffin told them he picked the house randomly. He's now in the Dane County Jail facing charges of burglary and damage to property. And Madison police are giving residents tips for crime prevention. Officers remind people to lock your doors, keep your garage and vehicle doors locked as well, and have motion lights outside your home if possible. Police have more tips on how to prevent crime on the City of Madison website.
12 new Dane County deputies were sworn in to the department today.
I would like you all to please welcome the newest members of the Dane County Sheriff's Office deputies. Give them a hand.
The new deputies are between 22 and 51 years old and come from all over the Midwest, including Chicago, Michigan, and Platteville. Some of the new deputies will go straight to the Dane County Sheriff's Office Jail Academy, while others will start their training in the Law Enforcement Academy. Their first assignment will be in the Dane County Jail, where they will receive on-the-job training and will serve a 2-year probationary period.
Being a peace officer is a privilege and an honor. And as deputy sheriffs, you will serve and protect our community with compassion, accountability, respect, and excellence.
The Dane County Sheriff's Office is continuing to recruit deputies. Applications can be found at teamdane.com.
News 3 Now is teaming up with the Boys and Girls Club to make sure students can succeed this school year.
Our morning team is launching a school supply drive, and it starts today. Our Leah Lynchide has more on how you can get involved and make a difference in our community.
Parents are facing a host of new challenges this school year, not the least among them the cost of school supplies. An average household expected to drop $850 on supplies this year. So News 3 Now this morning is teaming up with the Boys and Girls Club to take action.
They need help. They need support. So we are kicking off our back-to-school supply drive today. It starts today, August the 2nd through the 13th, and we're here to support our families, our youth, and getting back to school.
Our News 3 Now Back to School drive runs the next 2 weeks, and it's really easy to donate. You can drop off your extra school supplies right here at our News 3 Now studios on Raymond Road or at any of the 4 Boys and Girls Club locations across the greater Madison area. We're making it even easier with an option to donate money online or buy supplies from our Amazon wish list. All the information you need, the links to donate, the addresses to drop stuff off, it's all up on channel3000.com. And over the next 2 weeks, tune into News 3 Now this morning. We'll be featuring the families these supplies will help and just how far your donations are going right here in our community. For News 3 Now this morning, I'm Leah Lynchide.
Leah, thanks. After weeks of discussing, senators are working towards finalizing the nation's infrastructure package. We'll tell you what that includes. That's ahead on News 3 Now at 5.
And we're answering your questions about the spread of the Delta variant and cutting through some of the confusion about the fast-spreading strain. That's coming up tonight at 6.
And checking the markets to start the work week. The Dow falls more than 97 points. The NASDAQ adds 8. The S&P falls 8. We'll be right back.
Your family's year-round comfort is our year-round commitment at RG Heating and Air Conditioning. We install quality Trane equipment and service all brands so your home's furnace and AC will perform their best year-round. RG Heating and AC.
Your eyes are everything. They're how you see the world and connect with others. At Shopco Optical, your eyes are everything to us too, which is why we offer everything to help you see better and look better. A huge selection of designer frames, convenient locations, and experienced optometrists. We're Shopco Optical. You'll see. Right now, get 50% off lenses with the purchase of any frames.
Menards has everything to add curb appeal to your home. Ideal garage doors add a stylish new look to the outside of your home. We have more than 1,000 style and color options available. Hook your new door up to a new PerformX garage door opener. They're easy to install and are designed with your convenience in mind. All PerformX garage door openers and Ideal garage doors are 11% off now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Important healthcare announcement. If people tell you your TV is too loud, or if listening in some environments has become difficult, we are requesting your participation in a special program called the 30-Day Challenge. Hearing Life Hearing Centers are seeking people with hearing difficulties to evaluate a new digital mini hearing aid now being released. To take part in this event, you must call. Please get a pencil and write down the number below. All people with hearing aids or hearing difficulties are wanted to take part in the 30-Day Challenge, evaluating a new high-tech device that sits discreetly behind your ear. This hearing aid is Bluetooth enabled and is rechargeable. All hearing assessments are performed at no charge for those taking part in the challenge. Participants will try these hearing aids for 30 days. Call the number below and take the Hearing Life 30-Day Challenge.
At RG Heating and Air Conditioning, our promise to you is 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Guaranteed service, repairs, and replacements. Installing quality Trane equipment. RG Heating and AC. We'll always treat you like family. Guaranteed.
Hey folks, Tuesday morning, our News 3 Now school supply drive is off and running. How you can help or benefit. And Chris Reese will update the timing on the return of the heat and humidity. That's Madison's certified most accurate forecast. Join us Tuesday morning.
I'm News 3 Now's Josh Spreiter. I'm visiting the people, places, and events that make this area one of a kind. Tell me what inspires you, and it might be featured on News 3 Now this morning.
In the 608, weekdays on News 3 Now this morning. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
The Senate is on track to vote on the roughly $1 trillion infrastructure bill this week. After weeks of negotiations, the bill includes $110 billion to fix roads and bridges, $39 billion for public transit, $65 billion to expand broadband internet access, and $55 billion to upgrade the water system. The bipartisan legislation does not raise taxes, but is paid for largely by redirecting unused COVID relief money and by enforcing tax laws, including those on cryptocurrencies.
College draft text provides a good and important jumping-off point for what needs to be a robust and bipartisan process out here on the floor.
While creating millions of new jobs, a lot of them without college degrees at the same time.
Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says as soon as the physical infrastructure bill is passed, Democrats will take up a $3.5 trillion budget resolution focusing on what they call human infrastructure, such as child care.
A D.C. police officer who protected the U.S. Capitol on January 6th has died by suicide. Department authorities report that the body of Officer Gunther Hashida was found inside his home Thursday. Officials say Hashida served on the emergency response team within the Special Operations Division of the Metro Police. He is the third officer attacked during the insurrection to die by suicide. The Justice Department has charged more than 550 people in connection with the insurrection. That attack also at the center of a high-profile House Select Committee investigation.
Check out this massive fire in Oklahoma. It happened at a tire recycling plant in Bristow early this morning. Fire crews are still continuing to put out the fire, but they say thankfully no one was injured. The cause of the fire is still under investigation.
Time now for a look at your certified most accurate weather. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti joins us. Gary?
Well, it's a beautiful day out there. If you've been outside, the humidity levels are low, the temperatures are comfortable, and there's really not a drop of rain anywhere around Wisconsin. Well, a little tiny shower popped up in north central Wisconsin. That will dissipate over the next hour or two. But longer range future track precipitation from one of the longer range computer models shows only about a ½ inch to 3/4 of an inch of rain over much of southern Wisconsin for the next 10 days. The other computer model a little bit higher because it shows more scattered thunderstorms. But again, the amounts are going to be spotty. Some areas could pick up an inch or two. Other areas might miss out altogether. And as we take a look at our precipitation comparison for last month, we had just a little more than 1.5 inches of rain. That's almost 3 inches below normal. Since June 1st, the start of meteorological summer, we've had 6.18 inches of rain, and that's almost 4 inches below normal. And since the start of the year, we're now running almost about a 10-inch precipitation deficit here in Madison. And the new Climate Prediction Center outlooks for the month of August calling for above normal temperatures for much of the northern portion of the United States. The southern part of the United States, a little better chance for below normal temperatures. But take a look at precipitation. Below normal in the area that needs it the most, up through the Dakotas, the eastern part of the country expected to see above normal precipitation. As we take a look at weather track, out to the west, there are some monsoon showers and thunderstorms that pop up in the mountains this time of year. Some of these have actually been causing some flash flooding, and much of this area under flash flood watches right now, but that area will dry out over the next couple of days, and it's not the widespread soaking rain that they need. Some areas just getting too much, and it's causing flash flooding. The water runs right off, and it doesn't really help very much. Here in the Midwest, our upper level winds from the north, that continues to bring down some wildfire smoke from Canada, although the bulk of the heavier smoke has stayed out to the west of us across parts of Minnesota and western Iowa. On the closer view, you can see just a few clouds over southeastern Wisconsin. High pressure is located just to our north, and much of the upper Midwest is under a pretty nice weather regime. A couple of cold fronts down to the south have really taken the humidity and pushed it out of the way, and for the time being, we'll just be pleasantly warm. As we zoom into our part of the Midwest, these are the temperatures, mid to upper 70s this time of year. Nobody's going to complain about that. You have to get back to the Twin Cities to see 80-degree-plus temperatures. They're in the mid-80s through the Dakotas and some 90s over the western Dakotas. Right now, though, dew point temperatures are in the lower to middle 50s. That'll keep nighttime low temperatures in the 50s, so that'll make you feel comfortable as well. And on future track, you can see how the clouds dissipate at night. During the afternoon, a few fair weather cumulus clouds pop up, but right now we're looking at a dry forecast for the next few days. Eventually, the winds become a little more southwesterly, and that will start to warm our temperatures up as we head toward the the end of the week and eventually bring back some humidity and give us some chances for thunderstorms, although most of the time it won't be raining and certainly not getting enough rain that we could certainly use. So for tomorrow, look for skies to be partly sunny, be just a little warmer than today with a high temperature of around 80 degrees. The 7 to 10 day forecast, 82 Wednesday and Thursday with dry weather. Friday, a little more humidity, temperatures mid-80s, maybe a chance for a shower or thunderstorm. A slight chance Saturday, a little better chance on Sunday. Highs upper 80s, heat index readings into the 90s. Monday will probably be our hottest day with a high of 90 and maybe a slight chance for a shower or thunderstorm. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week, humidity levels stay high, temperatures mid to upper 80s, a chance for thunderstorms, but also plenty of dry hours as well. As we check out first warn traffic right now, we're seeing our usual delays on the Beltline right now between Monona Drive on the eastbound side back to around Verona Road. Westbound delays start around Seminole Highway and head back to near John Nolan Drive. As far as travel times are concerned, a little bit higher than normal on the eastbound Beltline between University Avenue and the interstate, about normal on the westbound direction. Heading out of Madison, some slowdowns on I-3990 approaching the construction zone in Janesville, a 41-minute trip there. But for the west, from US 12 to Middleton to Sauk City and from downtown to Sun Prairie on East Washington Avenue and US 151, normal travel times there. That's your News 3 Now First Warn traffic.
All right, Gary, thank you. The heart of the Brewers bullpen out for a few games, but they are getting back a familiar face from the past. And we'll explain next at 5.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Don't you wish you could wave a magic wand and have whiter teeth? Well, you can, but it's not magic. It's power swabs. Just swab your teeth for 5 minutes and boom, whiter teeth and a better smile. And since you're not dealing with messy trays or awkward strips, you're less vulnerable to the harsh sensitivity they sometimes create.
I've used strips. They seem to really hurt my teeth. The power swabs, it just seemed very gentle.
It's so simple and easy. You just open it, you apply it to your teeth, you forget it's there, and I noticed that they're white and bright again like they were before.
I noticed actually a difference the first time that I used power swabs. You put on the first coat and then the activator goes on and immediately you start seeing it working.
It only takes 5-minute applications to get a brighter, whiter smile with power swabs. You just snap, swab, and smile. Power swabs have been clinically studied to whiten natural teeth and remove stains from caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so powerful, it removes stains from coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking.
I love my coffee in the morning.
I will never stop drinking coffee. I will not be the person drinking hot coffee with a straw.
As much coffee as I drink, I can use my power swabs and eliminate the staining.
When I use the power swabs, I applied it directly to my front tooth where the coffee stain was.
I like being able to individually get the teeth, and most importantly, it got kind of in between the grooves.
You can put it directly on the stain that you see on your teeth, and it's so precise.
But as powerful as it is, it's also gentle and causes 0 to minimal sensitivity.
This didn't sting, it didn't burn, it didn't have an aftertaste. It was just a swab, and I just got to rub it on my teeth, and that was it.
Take it from me as someone who has gone the dental route, but has also gone on the shelf route, and I've not really seen anything work as effective and as easy as power swabs.
Whiten your teeth today by ordering power swabs and receive 40% off the regular price. Shipping is free, plus you'll receive a free quick stick pen to use on the go after meals or a cup of coffee. Visit powerswabs.com or call the number on your screen.
Are you sweating over high energy bills? Windows drafty or broken? Champion is here with our hottest sale of the year. Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 free. At Champion, we design new windows specific to your home's needs. Then they are built in our very own factory, installed by a team of professionals, and guaranteed for a lifetime by our best-in-class warranty. Buy 2 windows, get 2 free. Call or go online to book your free estimate at getchampionwindows.com.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Welcome back. The Milwaukee Brewers bullpen is getting a little thin. The crew announced that they are putting closer Josh Hader on the injured list due to COVID-19 protocols. That makes him the 4th Brewers reliever to be out due to COVID. Fellow relief pitchers Hunter Strickland, Jake Cousins tested positive Saturday afternoon, and Yandel Gustave also was sidelined due to being a close contact. Outfielder Christian Yelich, of course, remains out after testing positive for COVID last week.
But the addition of a former Brewer could help with the lack of pitchers. The Brewers say they have acquired right-handed reliever John Axford from the Toronto Blue Jays in exchange for cash considerations. Axford hasn't pitched in the majors since 2018 before Toronto signed him to a minor league contract in June. The 38-year-old spent his first 5 seasons with the crew. He is the all-time franchise leader in saves during a single season with 46 in 2011.
Well, Simone Biles isn't completely out of the Olympics just yet. USA Gymnastics confirming she will compete in tomorrow's balance beam final. That marks her final chance to secure a medal at the Games and the first event she'll participate in since her run on the vault as part of the women's team final last Tuesday. She withdrew from competition citing mental health concerns. She specifically attributed it to a case of what's known as the twisties. That's when a gymnast loses perspective of their position while flipping through the air. Fellow U.S. gymnast Suni Lee will also compete in that balance beam final.
Poland has granted a visa to a Belarusian Olympic sprinter who said she feared for her safety and that her team's officials tried to force her to fly home. In Belarus, the autocratic government has been accused of diverting a flight to arrest a dissident journalist. A Polish foreign ministry official says runner Krystyna Szymanowska received a humanitarian visa from the Polish embassy in Tokyo today. The Belarusian Sport Solidarity Foundation told the Associated Press that the group bought her a plane ticket to Warsaw for the coming days. She says members of the Belarusian Olympic team tried to remove her from Tokyo after she publicly criticized her coaches for making her run a relay, despite having never raced the event before.
Free speech and dissent is not something that is allowed, is commonplace in Belarus. You can see how much fear athletes would have, and you could see under those circumstances this athlete had just had enough.
In a statement, the Belarusian Olympic Committee said Szymanowska was removed from the Games based on her, quote, emotional and psychological state.
Well, stay with us. We'll have a final check of your first warn forecast in just a moment.
Fry Construction is celebrating 26 years of providing excellence in home improvements. We strive to exceed the expectations of our clients with each and every project we do. Respected by your neighbors and voted Best of Madison 2 years in a row. Best Kitchen and Bath Design, Best Roofer. Experience the Best of Madison for yourself and save 26% off gutters or insulation with any full roofing project. Schedule your consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
Since 1976, Feldco stood the test of time. It's Feldco's 45th anniversary! Time to get down! To celebrate Feldco's 45th anniversary, get 45% off windows today. That's cause for a celebration.
45% off windows won't last long. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
Discover what's in store at Habitat Restore Dane County. You'll find something new every time you visit to keep your project on budget with low price and high quality home supplies. For one-of-a-kind items, shop Habitat Restore Dane County today.
As traveling continues throughout the year, Meineke Car Care Center is continuing to make your safety our #1 priority. To give you peace of mind, receive a free brake inspection with any appointment. Meineke Car Care Center is here to help keep you safe on the road.
Is your credit score getting in the way of things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit help you borrow up to $10,000. So check your eligibility on netcredit.com today without affecting your credit score. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
If you can afford to launch yourself into space, you can pay your fair share in taxes. But billionaires and big corporations have avoided paying taxes for years. President Joe Biden's plan makes the rich pay their fair share so we can cut taxes for families with children and create millions of good jobs. Tell Senator Ron Johnson to stop putting billionaires ahead of the middle class. If you can afford to joyride in space, you can pay your fair share.
Erectile dysfunction for men of all ages has become much more common. In fact, most men don't realize that 90% of erectile dysfunction is a direct result of broken down old blood vessels. This causes a lack of blood flow that is critical when achieving an erection. With our state-of-the-art technology, we're able to stimulate new stem cell growth right in our office with no pills, no needles, no surgery, and no pain.
To book your consultation and get back to natural functionability, call Peak Performance for Men today.
Away from your TV? Not a problem. Get breaking news, weather alerts, and political coverage from the award-winning News 3 Now team. Plus, all things Madison. Stay connected anywhere with Channel 3000, Madison's #1 digital news source.
We've got a lot of news to cover tonight. The new study that links increased alcohol use during the pandemic and cancer, the number of drinks that could put you at risk. Plus a story tonight for animal lovers when Americans donate to the ASPCA. Where does the money actually go? What CBS News uncovered. And the spirit of the games, how fierce rivals come together in the name of sportsmanship. The CBS Evening News is now just minutes away.
Well, let's go to Gary with a final check of the forecast.
Boy, it's very nice out there. Not a drop of rain around southern Wisconsin. A little tiny shower. Looks like it's northwest of Wausau, and that's about it. Temperatures right now, though, mid to upper 70s. Madison, one of the warmer spots at 78 degrees. Look for a low tonight of about 55 with clear skies. High tomorrow about 80, and we'll see plenty of sunshine the next couple of days.
All right, so CBS Evening News coming your way next. We're back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6.